Success in getting a motion for land expropriation without compensation passed in Parliament this week. And in an interview with the SABC, Malema sought to reassure those worried that the policy will lead to South Africa following the disastrous path of Zimbabwe that it's not the case. Malema opined on the country's new president, his relationship with the ANC, and his own personal growth.
EFF leader Julius Malema has rejected claims that the policy of expropriation of land without compensation will lead to South Africa becoming another Zimbabwe. Malema says comparisons between Zimbabwe's disastrous land grabs and South Africa's land policy are alarmist.
We are now beginning to get calls from white people who are saying, we agree, we must just be taken along, we need to get an assurance that we are not a target. So it is done through a democratic process, it's done through a constitution. So those who are saying we are like Zimbabwe, they are alarmist.
He says the banks must form part of the consultations regarding how to ensure the expropriation of land without compensation policy can be done in a sustainable manner. Commercial banks are believed to have lent money to farmers to the tune of approximately 160 billion rand. Following the successful motion to expropriate land without compensation this week, Parliament's Constitutional Review Committee will now look at how the Constitution will cater for it.
The banks must participate. There's nothing special about the banks. They ought to come to the Constitutional Review Committee. There's going to be a huge consultations with business, with communities, with traditional leaders on how the land question should be dealt with going forward. The EFF principle is very clear. It shouldn't be disastrous. It shouldn't collapse the economy. That should tell you that we're prepared to listen. It doesn't matter which other things we do. At the ultimate end, the land must be restored in the hands of the people.
On matters across the border, Malema says that South Africa should be playing the role that China is playing in Africa. He says that Pretoria does not appear to have a clear plan to assist in the economic and political advancement of the continent.
There are companies of South Africa which are operating in Nigeria. Why can't we have the state-owned companies to go and look at opportunities in the whole of African continent? We go in with an intention to help revive the African economy, but we'll be making money out of it, growing the South African economy. So we can be China if we want to be, but not an exploitative China which is going to import labor and import everything into those countries.
With regard to his party's progress, the EFF leader says he is satisfied that more South Africans are gradually starting to trust the party. He boasts that the EFF will soon be buying a building which will be its headquarters, saying this shows that they're here to stay.